Hello and welcome back. Okay, class 235. Are you ready? Present perfect. Da 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 da. All right. Present perfect. It's similar to Spanish it's interesting. The auxiliary verb, el concepto del verbo auxiliar, cosa curiosa en inglés, rara. Does your sister smoke? Where does your sister live? Where do you live? Con el verbo to do, el presente. Pero en el presente perfecto es have. Igual, en español también hay un verbo auxiliar, he comido. I have eaten. He visto. I have seen. Have, has, es el verbo auxiliar. Yo he estado aquí durante 5 minutos. I've been here for 5 minutes. Eso suena raro en español. ¿Cuánto tiempo estoy? ¿Desde cuándo estoy aquí? Pues desde hace un minuto. Estoy aquí desde hace un minuto. Ahora desde hace un minuto y medio. Estoy aquí desde hace un minuto. O 2 minutos, digamos. ¿Desde cuándo estoy aquí? Pues desde hace un minuto. En inglés, he estado. I have been here for 2 minutes. Soy hombre. Soy hombre desde que nací. Okay. I'm a man. En inglés se dice soy un hombre. I'm a man. Bien, soy hombre desde que nací. I've been a man since I was born. I've been a man since I was born. I've been a man for many years. I've been a man since I was born. Since I was born, desde que nací. Since I was born, I've been. Ahora en español suena un poco raro. He sido hombre desde que nací. Parece que ya no lo soy. A veces, He sido hombre. He sido hombre. ¿Alguna vez en mi vida? No. I've been a man means soy hombre desde hace tiempo. El presente. This is a book. This is a book. Este es un libro. O esto es un libro. Y es libro desde que se imprimió. Es un has been a book since it was published or since it was produced. Producido. It's been a book since it was produced. Spain is a country. Spain is a country. España es un país. España es un país desde, bueno, eso es debatido. But Spain is a country since the War of the Spanish Succession. Or since the wedding of Ferdinand and Isabella. Spain has been a country for 500 years. Spain has been a country for 500 years. Germany is a country. Alemania es un país. Alemania es un país desde el año 1871. Hace poco, Germany has been a country since 1871. Since escrito since 1871. Italy is a country. Italy has been a country since, I think, 1867 or 1866. Italy is a young country. Como país es joven. All right. Italy and Germany. Germany. France is a country. France has been a country for 1,000 years, I think. The United States is a country. The United States has been a country since 1776. 1776. Mexico is a country. Mexico has been a country since officially. Is a state in the United States. Texas has been a state since 1845. Oklahoma is a state in the United States. Oklahoma has been a state since 1907. Arizona and New Mexico are states in the United States. They have been states, o sea, son estados, they are. Son estados dentro de Estados Unidos. They are states in the United States. Son estados desde hace 108 años, 1912. So they have been states since 1912. They have been states, and Alaska are two states in the United States. They have been, been, sidos, han sido, son. En español se dice son estados, esos dos estados, Hawái y Alaska, son estados desde el año 59 del pasado siglo. Son, pero en inglés no han sido. Si yo digo Alaska y Hawái han sido estados, parece que ya no lo son. En inglés no, siguen siendo. Por eso se llama presente y no pretérito perfecto. They have been states, Hawaii and Alaska have been states for 61 years, since 1959. Pedro Sanchez has been Macron has been the president of France for 3 years. Donald Trump has been the president of the United States for 4 years. These pencils have been in that cup for 10 minutes in this class. But these pencils have been part of this class practically since the beginning. Yes. The black pencil is on the table. The rest of the pencils are behind the guitar. Now, the black pencil has been on the table for 30 seconds. Now, for 50 seconds. And the rest of the pencils have been behind the guitar for a minute. So, have been. El lápiz está en la mesa desde hace un minuto. Desde hace 4 in inglés. The pencil has been on the table for a minute. 4. Pero has been, ahí está la diferencia. Have been. Soy profesor. I'm a teacher. Yes. Richard, are you a teacher? Yes, I am. How long have you been a teacher? I've been a teacher for 46 years. Richard, yes. Are you married? Yes, I am. How long have you been married? ¿Desde hace cuántos? O estado casado. I've been married for, my God, a long time. Since December 1977. 43 years. Wow. I've been married for a long time. All right, so presente perfecto y presente perfecto continuo. Primero lo primero. Presente perfecto simple. Richard, how many cities have you lived in? I've lived, I don't know. Let's see. I've lived in Houston, Texas. I've lived in New York. I've lived in Dallas. I've lived in Austin, Texas. I've lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's 5. I've lived in Almonací de Zorita. That's 6. I think in my life I've lived, I'm sure I'm forgetting one. I've lived in 7 cities. I've lived in 7 cities. How many countries have you lived in? I have, hago la contracción. I've lived in only 2 countries. I've lived in the United States, and I've lived in Spain. All right. How many countries have you visited this year? This year, I haven't visited any countries. I haven't visited any countries. I've been in Spain the whole year. Interesting. I haven't traveled this year. How many countries have you been to in your life? I've been to 34 countries. To 34 countries. Have you been to Poland? Sí, está en Polonia. I've been to Poland. Have you been to Finland? Yes, I've been to Finland. Have you been to Sweden? No, I haven't. I haven't been to Sweden. I've never been to Sweden. Have you been to Norway? No, I haven't been to Norway. Have you been to Denmark? No, I haven't been to Denmark. Have you been to Germany? Yes, that's 3. I've been to Germany. Have you been? Have you ever been? Se suele añadir ever aquí. En español, muchas veces se dice conoces. ¿Conoces Alemania? ¿Conoces Suecia? En inglés no. Eso es como trabar conocimiento. Pero se dice en español, ¿conoces Noruega? But no. Do you know Norway? Se puede decir, si conoces bien Noruega. Todos los carreteras, that yes. Familiarized. But have you ever been? Se dice, have you ever been? Have you ever been to? Well, I've never been to Spain, but I've been to Oklahoma, and they tell me I was born there, but I really don't remember. In Oklahoma, in Arizona, what does it matter? All right. Have you ever been to? ¿Has estado alguna vez a México? Así se dice en inglés. Y se dice mucho. Have you ever been to? Have you ever been? Los británicos suelen decir been, como alubia. Been. Los americanos decimos Ben como Benjamín. Ben. Have you ever been? Los británicos dicen, have you ever been a bean? Have you ever been a bean? Been. Lo que más te guste. Have you ever been? Have you ever been to? Ahí está la cosa. No es incorrecto. Have you ever been in California? Pero no se dice nunca. Have you ever been in California? Have you ever been to California? Yes, I have. All right. Richard, have you ever been to Scotland? Yes, I have. How many times have you been there? I think I've been there maybe 5 times. A lot. Have you ever been to Ireland? Yes, I have. How many times have you been there? I've been there only once. How many times have you been to Morocco? Have you ever been to Morocco? Yes, I have. Maybe 5 times. Or 6. 5 or 6 times. Have you ever been to Egypt? Yes, I have. How many times have you been there? I've been there only once. Have you ever been to Israel? Yes, I have. How many times have you been there? I've been there only once. Have you ever been to Turkey? Yes, I've been to Turkey. How many times have you been there? I've been there twice. Have you ever been to Greece? Yes, I've been to Greece. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. How many times have you been there? I've been there twice. Yes, twice. I think, twice. All right. Have you ever been to Greece? Have you ever been to Greece? Yes, I have. How many times have you been there? I've been there Twice. Have you ever been to Bulgaria? Yes, I have. How many times have you been there? I've been there once. Have you ever been to Serbia? Yes, I have. How many times have you been there? I've been there only once. Have you ever been to Croatia? Yes, I have. How many times have you been there? I've been there only once. Have you ever been to Paris? Have you ever been to France? Poof. Yes, I have. How many times have you been there? I don't remember. Maybe 12 times. I don't know, 13, 14 times. How many states have you been to? How many states of the United States? I've been to every state except 6. I've been to every state except 6 or 7. Let's see. Well, tell me what states you've never been to. Dime qué estados nunca has estado a. Así se dice en inglés. Se pone la preposición al final. Tell me, dime, how many states you have been to. So dime a cuántos estados o en cuántos estados has estado. Tell me how many states you've been to or you haven't been to. Okay, I've never been to Hawaii. I've never been to Alaska. I've never been to North Dakota. Ya son 4. I've never been to South Dakota. I've never been to Minnesota. And I've never been to Michigan. That's it. 7. I've been to all the rest. I've been to Maine. I've been to Vermont. I've been to, and I've never been to Rhode Island. Son 8. Rhode Island is the smallest state in the United States in area. Guipúzcoa is the smallest province. Well, have you been to every province in Spain? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. I've never been to Gran Canaria. No, Fuerteventura is part of, I think there are 2 provinces in the Canary Islands. I've been to 2 of the islands. I've been to Tenerife and I've been to Fuerteventura. But I've never been to Gran Canaria. But I've been to every province in Spain. And I've been to Ceuta, but I've never been to Melilla. I've never been to Melilla. Voy a pasar la media hora entera con been to, porque se usa tanto en inglés. I've never been to. Well, have you ever been to Argentina? No, I haven't. I've never been to Argentina. Have you ever been to Canada? Yes, I have. I've been to Canada. Have you ever been to Japan? No, I haven't. Have you ever been to China? Yes, I have. How many times have you been to China? Or how many times have you gone to China? I've gone to China 4 times. Yes, I have. How many times have you been to Mexico? Or how many times have you gone to Mexico? ¿Cuántas veces has ido? ¿Cuántas veces has estado? En ambos casos decimos tú. How many times have you been to Mexico? How many times have you gone to Mexico? I don't know. I think maybe 7 times. I've been to Mexico maybe 7 times. I've been to Mexico 7 times. How many times have you been to Italy? 10 times. I've been to Italy maybe 8 times maybe. How many times have you been to Germany? I've been to Germany only once. Really? No, I've been to Germany twice. Twice. How many times have you been to the Netherlands? The Netherlands, Holland. I've been to Holland or the Netherlands twice. Yes, twice. How many times have you been to Belgium? I've been to England maybe 10 times. 10 times. How many times have you been to Peru? Well, have you ever been to Peru? Yes, I have. How many times have you been there? I've been to Peru 4 times. Have you ever been to Colombia? Yes, I have. How many times have you been there? Just once. In 2009. Have you ever been to Russia? Yes, I have. How many times have you been there? Just once. Have you ever been to Ukraine? Yes, I have. How many times have you been to Ukraine? Just once. However, when I was in Ukraine, it was part of the Soviet Union. So it wasn't days in Kiev. In 1972, winter 1972, in January 1972. All right, so have you ever been to, how many cities have you lived in? I've lived in 7 cities. How many houses have you lived in? I don't know. In my life, yes. I've lived, he vivido en 18 casas. For example, I don't know, I've lived in 18 houses. How many cars have you had? ¿Cuántos coches has tenido en tu vida? Okay. Well, I've had, I don't know, let's see. Not too many, really. I had an Opel and then a Plymouth. Another Peugeot. I've had 9 cars in my life. How many hours of class, English class, have you given? ¿Cuántas horas de clase has dado en tu vida hasta hoy? En este caso, el español y el inglés casi coinciden. Sigo enseñando. ¿Y cuántas horas he dado hasta ahora, inclusive? I've given 50,000 hours, more or less, of class. I've given 30,000 hours in the classroom, and I've given maybe 20,000 hours in radio and television and master classes. So I've given a lot of hours. I have a lot of experience. Too much. It's time to retire. Okay, but how many times have you used far? ¿Tan lejos? No entendido. I didn't understand. Yes, how many times have you used those pencils so far? So far is tan lejos, but not in this case. What does so far mean in this case? So far means hasta ahora, inclusive. So far. How many times have you used the pencils so far in these classes? I've used them 200 times so far. Yes. How many times has your telephone rung in class so far? It has never rung in class. It hasn't rung so far. Covered. How many pages have you covered so far? I've covered 235 pages so far. How many units have we done so far? Well, we have completed 21 units. We haven't finished Unit 22 yet. We haven't finished Unit 22. All right. Yes. So, el presente perfecto con el verbo auxiliar have, has. She's 11 years old and she has always lived in Lincoln, Nebraska. She was born in Lincoln, Nebraska, and she has lived in Lincoln, Nebraska. She attends primary school, and she has attended the same school since kindergarten. She has attended the same school. Have. I have been living in Madrid permanently for 46 years. I've been married for 43 years. I've been a teacher for 46 years. I've been sitting in front of you today for 25 minutes. For 25 minutes. I have been teaching the present perfect. I haven't been teaching the simple past. I have been teaching the present perfect. And you have been here with me for 26 minutes now. All right? The pencils have been in the of the camera since the beginning of class, since the beginning of this class. Yes, I have been here for 26 minutes, but now it's time to say goodbye. See you tomorrow.